Hello everybody. Today we're going to be fixing a couch. This is kind of out of the ordinary for me, but this couch is from my mom's classroom, and one of her students sat on the arm and it broke. Just this one. So we got to take the whole thing apart and then fix this arm. I should just be able to cut the new piece of wood and splice it in there, but I kind of forget how this thing comes apart, so I'm going to have to remember. I remember it's pretty easy. There's a Velcro strip on the back here. Okay. There goes the back of it. I think I have to pull up. Yeah. This can also get set aside. So this is the arm that we need to work on. I'm gonna take the case or cover, whatever, off of it. So, that's pretty easy. Here's the main piece to work on right here. And I gotta go grab a Phillips screwdriver. I got a screwdriver, so let's start taking these pieces off of here. There's 4 screws on this guy right here. This couch was $15 at Goodwill, so I would like to save it because it's pretty good. Pretty comfy couch too. So there's that first bracket. These are pretty good quality. It's pretty thick metal. And we got 3 of these smaller brackets. Also pretty good quality. I don't know how to get the legs off. They just twist off? Don't know. I think the cover is removable, and I just put some wood staples back in it, and it should be fine. So there's all the brackets off, and I gotta get these legs off. I don't know how we get these off, so let's take the camera over here. We gotta see what's inside of here. Doesn't look easily removable, does it? I'll still try to twist it, but I don't think that's how it comes out. Maybe it is. Okay, never mind. These are just plastic, these little legs. Yeah, they're hollow. They do seem pretty sturdy, but I don't know, it's not my favorite. There were 2 of these couches at Goodwill. Oh, there's a washer on there. There were two of these couches at Goodwill. There's this gray one, and there's like a navy blue one. We got the gray. We should have gotten both. I don't know where else you're going to find a $15 couch in as good a shape as these were. Okay. Now we can get the cover off of that. I think I can do that now. This is going to be the most difficult part. I can also just replace this cover with something else. I've got plenty of extra fabric. This wood isn't the best quality. Man, it's completely destroyed. So I gotta figure out how to get into this part right here. I might just have to like get a knife and cut it open right here. Which is fine, I can just like pull it down after. But let me show you what it looks like on the inside. It's pretty rough. Yeah, it's destroyed right there. Everything else looks fine. I think that's what it all should look like. But yeah, so let's get a knife and cut open that fabric. More X-Acto knife. A lot of padding in there. The padding isn't the biggest concern of mine. Okay, so there is a spot to pull this back down and reattach it, which is good. So, you gotta get the other side open as well, which won't be the cleanest thing to do because it's on the outside, but this thing faces right up against a wall. It's in the corner of the room. I didn't even need to cut this right here. Whoops. Good thing there's wood staples right there. Or good thing there's wood right there. So we're gonna have to rebuild like the whole arm of this couch. I have to cut this seam right here where it's sewn together. It's kind of difficult to cut this part open. It's right on the wood. Okay, so now we got this whole fabric section. Okay, here's the broken piece. Also need to cut this back a little bit right here. This is all for easy access on my part. Alright, here is the main issue spot right here. I'm going to cut this, whatever this foam padding is. I'm going to cut that open. Cut this open as well. I might be out of wood staples. I might have to run to Home Depot and get some wood staples. I don't even know what the point of this inside cover is. I think it's for the padding to glue to. I can just replace that with some more fabric. I just wanted to keep the outside in good shape, so yeah, it's completely destroyed. I think it was put together wood staples. I wouldn't choose to do that. I would have used screws. Oh man, what happened to this thing? Okay, now we're at the main damage point, where this needs to go. Well, at least I got the shape of it. The whole thing is busted. Okay. Bring the phone down here. We'll assess the damage. So, we've got that piece is broken, which is the main support of this whole thing. That means the top is all loose. Shut up, cat! Be quiet. Okay, so we gotta recut this out of pressure treated pine, I think I'm gonna use. And then did it... Is that broken as well? That looks like a clean cut. It wasn't clean cut, so... That was not attached. Oh, it was like on top of that. So it looks like that. And I got this piece coming up here. So this is all I need to recut. I don't really know what the point of this piece is, but I'll take it off and re-add it. So... I might have to cut down a bit further in the front here so that we can screw it into something. So let me do that. I'm gonna have to like get the jigsaw out and just. We're also gonna need to trace this piece that's broken out onto a piece of wood. Why can't this freaking camera be straight on this tripod? There. Okay, so now we're gonna cut down the front a bit more. There you go. Other side. Yeah, this is destroyed. Now, that just pulls down. The wood is decent quality. It's just not really thick. That's probably why it broke. Okay. I'm also gonna have to pull out all these old wood staples. Here's some long staples. Yeah, I don't like wood staples. I would much rather, sounds like a kalimba. I would much rather use some cheaper, small wood screws than staples. Okay, so let's trace out the new piece on a piece of pine. There's the noise-making machine right there. Lennox. Cat. Be quiet. Okay. Let me find a good piece. This one looks good. Pretty straight. Alright. I need the Sharpie. Where's the Sharpie? Ah. Okay. So that's what we're measuring right there. I need to see how far down I want it to go. No, that went like the whole length of the couch. Say 2 or 3 inches down, farther than it's broken. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. Looks like a thumb. So let's go cut this outside. So I'll go set up the outdoor cutting area and I'll come back in just a second. Alright, here's a piece of wood. We got the jigsaw. So let's get started. voila. Here's currently what we have. Now let me go inside and we'll see how well this fits compared to the old piece. That's perfect. It's the exact same size. It looks like Patrick. So let's see how this needs to look on the couch. Let me get the Sharpie over here. I think it just goes straight down. So that should be pretty easy to replicate. So this side is actually good. First try, got it perfect. So we're just going to need to cut that mess off right there. So we just basically need to make it look symmetrical on each side. So you want to see how we're going to do that? Oh yeah. So I'm going to measure that out with a Sharpie, or mark it with a Sharpie, and I'll be right back. Alright, let's go do that. It's going to be a pretty easy cut. This was actually not that hard of a project. Thought it was going to be much more difficult. This wood is much thicker than the original, so it should be pretty strong. Alright, so I'm going to get this set up and then I'll come right back. Alright, let's get started. Or let's finish, actually. finished. So now I'm gonna go grab the sander and we're gonna sand that down real quick. Here's the sander. So let's finish this up real quick. That was also pretty easy. I got a nice smooth piece of wood to put on that couch. Next thing I gotta do is we gotta get this piece of wood off of here. Should be pretty easy because this is cheap wood staples. And we're gonna grab the wood screws and get it all set up. Alrighty, I got a flathead. And we're just gonna go ahead and pry this thing right off here. Because it shouldn't be that hard. Yep, just like that. I was able to pull the whole piece off. And now the only other problem should be the wood staple. Got it. That's one. You know what, maybe I should just like hammer these down flat. Should probably grab a hammer for that because these are kind of difficult to remove, so that would just be the easier option. So let me go ahead and do that.